Yo, what's up, guys? Today, I'm going to be answering every single one of your guys' comments that you guys have left on the last 3 videos of this channel. This is a very new channel, so it's, obviously we don't have hundreds of questions piling in, but I do want to say, join the Ceice Thesis Discord if you haven't already. It's going to be linked in the description and in the comments below. A lot of you guys have already joined it, and you guys are asking questions in there, and I'm answering a lot more frequently, so that's a great spot to get like live responses. Even during tournaments, I'll probably be responding in there, or like at least before and after. Because again, the whole point of this channel, the whole point of Ceice's Thesis, Ceice the Discord, all this is to create something for free for you guys. I cannot stand seeing people do these master classes where they get all their pro friends together and it's just lousy videos and people explain it. Like, we're done with that. That's it. If you're here right now and you're joining the Ceice Extra channel, being part of the Ceice's Thesis journey of me creating educational content for you guys for free, welcome, and I'm glad to have you. And like I said, this video is going to be me going over the comments and that you guys have left in these videos and answer them in the best way possible. Again, I want to do videos like this in the future, so please, under this video, ask as many questions as you want. I might not respond to it at that time, like of you asking it in the comments, but I'll probably make another video like this, so it will get answered. But please, yeah, ask anything you want. I'm here to help. I know we have FNCS coming up in like a month or so, so definitely got to get you guys ready for that. So first question here, straight out the gate. We got SX Bree 488. Any tips on how to improve fighting on controller as a console player? So straight up, controller, console player, those are the two things that are like the main points of this, right? 60 FPS or 120 FPS, max graphics, everything like that. Like, you've got a lot going on. Probably some input delay and some things that would make it difficult to fight. And so right off the bat, I've played in multiple PlayStation, Xbox Cups, like all those, like the console champion series and whatever, right? I'm not controller, by the way, if you can't tell. Yeah, like my aim assist is non-existent on console, but I do understand what it's like to play on that lag FPS coming from 360 FPS on my PC right now. So the tip that I would give you is very simple, right? It's just play more reactive and less I don't even know what the word is, but yeah, just play more reactive. Sorry, I'm blanking on the word there. And just like wait for them to make the mistake, wait for them to come to you. And I know it sounds that's easier said than done, but like, setting up a snail like this is super simple, that you can do to play defensively. I guess that's the word, defensively. But yeah, go for more pre-fires. Obviously we all understand pre-fires, and like when I'm saying these things, if you feel like one, you don't understand it, then ask it below and I can go into an in-depth explanation of a pre-fire if that's really needed. Also, like, if you're seeing me talk about pre-fires and you don't hit pre-fires consistently, there you go, write that down. You need to practice pre-fires. Like, that's as simple as it is. If you're, if I'm explaining to you that you need to go for pre-fires and you don't know how to do it, like, that number one, go practice pre-fires. So but yes, you need to play more defensively if you're on those type of graphics. Of course, like, you got to remember that everyone else is also on the same graphics, and it's very likely, like, this is something that I go into the event with, and I am on keyboard, mouse, and input delay and all that. Like, it's not great for me, but I'm going into it knowing that I'm better than these players. And like, I guarantee you, if you're watching this video, if you know what I'm doing, if you know who I am, like, if you come across this video, you are probably better than those players you're fighting in the console cups. So don't be afraid to play aggressive, but also be prepared and have it in your playbook, right? Have it in your arsenal to play defensively, and go for pre-fires and make space and like double wall. I don't know if that's the right term, but like, play off of 2 peaks here so you can always reset, because it is delay, right? So if you're here and you pump, you might like mess up the reset and he's in, or be prepared to not take peaks like this or let him in, or even this where you can just run in like this. Maybe go for only window peaks and play on the back of your cone. You have to play more defensively. That's all it is to it. So yeah, that's the first question. Thank you for the question. Next, we've got a question from Cozy Turtle 1748. I have good mechanics, just horrible IQ and awareness. Any tips? So yeah, having a bad IQ, having bad awareness is just you not studying the game. That's all it is. And it does not matter if you're studying ranked. Doesn't matter if you're studying a scrim. Well, that kind of matters, but like, doesn't just study the game. If you're studying your creative match, I think you can record replays in creative. I'm like 99% sure you can. Like, just study whatever you can and write it down. I'm going to show you competitively because I know that's like, those are very broad tips. Like, I'm telling you to study creative. Like, that's obviously that's obvious, but I want to show you what it's like to study in competitive and what my notes look like. So I'm going to pull up my Discord here. This is an old Discord. Disclaimer: it's an old Discord, as you can tell. Chapter 4 server, so it's obviously chapter 4. This is when I was working with Shokoladin, Poppy, Tragics, T-Church is in here. Like, we were doing our thing. But I'm going to show you what I do at 1:31 a.m. You're seeing the timestamp. Tragics is asleep, just me by myself. So I'm writing down like I'm doing a VOD review of an EU team that lands at our spot, a pro EU team that lands at our spot, and this is something that you can do. Doesn't matter who you are, you can VOD review an EU team, and I completely understand that like what I'm looking at and what I'm reading and understanding is maybe a little different than what you might pick up on, but that comes with time. I didn't start the game 6 years ago and instantly pick up on the fact that this guy was rotating dead side and he was doing this and that. Like, of course the game's changed, but I'm saying that like if you VOD review this team, you're gonna have different notes than I'm gonna have, and that's just how it is until you continue to VOD review and you get a little bit better and a little bit better, and you like, you know, you're picking up on the things. Like, let me give an example. Like, the guy edited out of his box, he didn't close his wall. Okay, you picked up on that. He should have closed his wall because this guy saw him leave the box, right? Let's say that was the point. You know, next time that happens, you're probably gonna skip over that because that's not something you're actually learning. But then you're gonna find, oh, he didn't close the wall, but he rotated dead side, and you're going to comment on that. Like, it's things like that. Regardless, I'm showing you that this is what I did at 1:31 a.m. by myself to prepare my teammate for FNCS the next day. I think this was. Again, this is an EU team, so I'm showing you guys what it looks like and what I want you guys to be VOD reviewing like. So you're circling things, you're drawing it out. Right here, I'm showing a rotate path. This is what they did, and when I'm drawing this, I'm not just willy-nillying. As you can see, I'm clicking. Every one of these little white arrows is me clicking here. So like, I'm showing how accurate this has to be. So when I execute this in game, I quite literally mean I'm going to go down here, I'm going to go around these trees, these 3 trees, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to follow this exact line, because that is important. Like that, it's those details, those little small details that he did that I think would make me successful in game. Here, this was, I think, me showing obviously the route, but blocking line of sight, and then kind of showing where a POI cluster would be. I'm sure if you guys play a lot of this chapter, you'd understand this part of the map where like, you don't want to be. And then this is something that kind of shows like it in game. So Tragics, my teammate at the time, can actually, visualize the scenario, and then I would go into Loot Lake and I would draw it up for him, as well as draw up like other rotations routes that I saw them do in other games. And then you'll see these red triangles, and this is something that my coach just labeled as the triangle of death, and I want this term to be labeled for you as a triangle of death. Let's get on the same terms here, okay? Triangle of death is very, very simple. I'm going to show you guys an example in a second here of a current example, but it's a zone. It's a part of the map you do not want to go in. The triangle of death is bad. Just pair those words together. Triangle of death equals bad. No, do not go there. So you can see here, if you guys played a lot of this map, you would understand that this triangle of death is bad. There's no cover here. There's very low trees. There's no line of sight from this castle building that's on a higher layer. The list goes on and on and on. Bad. Avoid it. So you block those out in your head, it's a no-go. Same with here. Another triangle of death. And then this green circle kind of showed where you'd want to end up at. Like, that is a successful point, and that's why you're seeing this arrow go down here. And then, we go into every game, and we kind of just do stuff like this. I'm doing some zone theorying here and kind of planning it out. But this all kind of goes back to Cozy Turtle's question of how do I get better IQ and awareness? This is how you're creating these detailed notes, something you can go back on and learn. And so, yeah, we're continuing to just theorize, strategize, learn from the way that this EU team is playing and how I can put it into my own gameplay. And then again, I'll show this real quick, but it's just my personal grand notes. I know a lot of you guys, I'd say a good majority of you guys have not made a grand finals or are hoping to make a grand finals. And so don't take it as like, I need to make a grand finals to make a personal grand finals notes. Literally, I don't care. Make a solo Cash Cup finals notes channel. Like, what are you learning day in and day out? Create that. The reason why this is grands for me is, and it's so important, is obviously it's the biggest tournament of the season, but also it only comes around once a season. And so the build up, you forget things, right? So this is something that I have had in every single season. So you can see this is chapter 4, season 3. And then, you know, chapter 4, season 4. Every single grand season, I would write what I learned from that grand final. So we'll go in here. Like in this game, this is very basic stuff now, because this is obviously like what, last year. But don't shoot people in the back that are going to be rotating in front of you. They will hold you even harder unless it's something that you have a lot of space to go around, like in a really early zone. Don't overcomplicate surge. You don't need to be 900 above, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to read through all these. You guys can pause and read these, but make notes off of each tournament. Like, what's important to you? If you're starting at the bottom, let's say you have 0 earned right now, you're starting and you need to make notes off of solo cash cups. You need to master solo cash cups, the victory cups. You need to win a victory cup every single time it comes out, at least one. Okay. That's a major goal for you. So every single time you play a finals, what'd you learn? Okay, don't rotate early, or don't rotate late. Or like, what are major points that you need to talk, like you need to remember going forward? Like, I don't know. This isn't something that's written in my notes, but like for me, caffeine, like I will make sure I drink caffeine 40 minutes before, and I'll like, you know, I'll test that. Okay, 30 minutes before, 25, 10 minutes before. What were the effects? How did it, like, it's those things, right? Like, okay, I warmed up an hour before, I warmed up 40 minutes before. Okay, you know, it goes on and on. You can do a lot to prepare and to be on the same page. It's important to be on the same level every time you do an event. And that's why I have these personal grand finals notes, because I'm going to look back at the next grand finals. I'm going to be on the same. I'm not going to make that mistake, because it doesn't happen often, right? Let's say you struggle with qualifying for the cash cups. You qualify for your first duo cash cup at, you know, you played 6 and you didn't qualify, and this is your 7th and you made it. Doesn't happen often. Take notes, please. Write detailed notes of how that experience was for you, down to your body's experience, down to the game experience, your teammates' experience, the vibes. Cover it all. The next time you go, let's say you don't qualify for another 6 ones, and then you qual again. 7 cash cups later, you qualify for your second one ever. Guess what? You can go back and you can read everything that you did wrong, and you can improve and work towards it. And then there you go. Boom. So case point, that's how you get better IQ and awareness. I know that was a bit of a ramble. Of course, these videos are not meant to be like 10 minutes long. Like, you're sitting here and you're trying to genuinely learn. And that's what I love about the audience that I have right now, is you guys are, all you guys care about is learning and getting better. And that's amazing. So, Cozy Turtle, thanks for the question again. I know I said this earlier in the video, but drop a question in the comments right now. Pause the video. We're going to keep going, but pause the video. Let me know what you want. Like, ask anything. I will make this again. If this video does well, I'll make it again. It's nothing. There's nothing stopping me from doing this. This is something that I really want to do. And then, of course, join the Ceice Thesis Discord. I'm going to be answering live questions in there, doing live VOD reviews and all that stuff. All for free. Like, we're not, there's no charging here. No one's being forced to pay to learn Fortnite competitive. Now, come on. Okay. Let's see. I think this is all the questions for this video. I don't see any. Oh, any tips on playing on high ping? I kind of dropped that, or kind of mentioned that earlier. Like, you want to play defensively on high ping. You need to be prepared. I'll mention this. You need to be prepared when you're playing on high ping. Okay. Like, it's about edit. I always say edit, pump, reset. Wait, edit, pump, reset, edit. That's what I call it. Like, whenever I'm coaching somebody, whenever I'm explaining this to somebody, it's as simple as, you know, edit, pump, reset, edit. Like, you need to practice this and be a master at this, right? You need to be a goat at that, because this is going to give you that extra layer that you need if you're high ping. Like, if you come here and you're 90 ping and you edit the wall, pump him for 180, and then you close the wall and you're just sitting here holding, and he gets it, and then he pumps you back and kills you. There you go. So you need to be, the cone needs to be your best friend. You need to have layers and layers and layers. You need to be back here holding the wall and doing you know what I'm saying? Doing this action. Like, that needs to be the way you play, which is a great habit to have. Like, I will not sit here and say that being 90 ping is the world's worst. I don't know about 90 ping, but like, high ping is not a horrible thing to be on. Like, you can become great on 90 ping, on high ping, and then let's say the servers move, or you end up moving, or whatever happens, you find a way to get lower ping, better internet, etc. Like, you'll feel that you will improve a lot more. Like, for example, when the servers moved from Virginia to Texas, I was in Virginia before I moved to Texas for about a month and a half, 2 months. And in that month and a half, 2 months, I genuinely feel like I improved more than I did like 5 months before that. Like, it was a big hump, because I was handicapped. I was on 30 ping instead of 0 ping, and when I was always on 0 ping, so I had to play differently. I had to play more defensively. Okay, next question here. Let me get a sip of water though. Goddamn. Okay. All right. Axel Hoglund 3108 comments. Sick coaching, bro. I have a question. Do you need to be confident when you play competitive? I'm all right in the game, always getting 65 to 75 points in the solo cash cup, and qual is 80 in EU. I play very scared in comp, so please answer my question. I want to read through these replies in a second here because I'm curious on like what advice you guys are giving, Axel Hoglund. But being confident is important, and I've always said this, that confidence comes when you're prepared. Like, let me relate it to something that we've all experienced, taking a test, like a math test. Okay, let's say it's just regular subtraction. Okay, if you understand every single rule about subtraction and like this and that, right, you're getting it, you're gonna go to that test. You're not even gonna, there's no stress, there's no worry, you ace the test, you scored perfectly on the test. Okay, it's the same way with competitive Fortnite, with anything, right? If you study the game and you know the answers to the test in competitive Fortnite, you know what to do on each zone. You know what to do when each surge thing pops up. You know what to do when this guy can test you here, when this guy can test you there. You know what to do when you're uncontested. You know what to do when this spot near you is contested. You know what to do in a grand finals lobby, right? All those things, when you can play confidently, when you understand you are confident, that's all it is. You don't have to act confident, but I will say acting confident is not so much acting, but like, yes, you should be confident in your decision making by just being like, yes, this is going to happen. Like, not, I don't know how to explain that more than that, but like in solos, if I'm pushing this guy, like, commit to it. That's what I should be saying. Commit to it. You need to commit to it. Confidence by committing to it, not being like, I don't know, should we push this guy or should we rotate? I don't know. Like, just do it. It doesn't matter. Just do what you want to do in that moment. If it fails, you learn. If it doesn't, you win. Like, great. It's especially true in duos. Like, you're playing FNCS and you're the IGL and you're saying, hey, I don't know if we go left or right here, but I'm feeling left, but I'm not sure. What do you think? And then he's like, I don't know. What do you think? And then you say, up the middle, and then you die. Like, pick something, or you both go, one goes left, one goes right. Like, pick something left. Like, I'm going left. You don't have to like shed confidence, be like, no, left is 100% right. We're going left. Just go, just do it. Like, that's all it is. Nike. I don't know. Yeah, that's confidence comes from being prepared. Let's see what else we can get here. Any tips for a controller player? I play KBN, but I play console, so the delay is bad. That is a unfixable problem that I can't even help you with, and that I struggle with because it's just the way it's unfixable. It is. KBM on console is not fun. That's all it is. I would say practice. That's solid. Like, I'm sure I could be the best console KBM player in the world if I really, really wanted to. Practice. Also, I would say that, like, prove it to yourself first and then invest and try to get a computer, a console, or a PC. And, I'm saying, like, can you do it? Can you really do it? Are you good enough? Do you have the want? Do you have the, do you have the passion? And if you do, prove it to yourself, grind your mechanics. Say, okay, if I was this much better, if I was on a 300 FPS, if I was not on delay, this is what it would look like. Like, you can imagine those scenarios. Like, I can imagine if I had, I don't know, the world's best aim, like, then, like, sure, I would just go crazy. I don't know. That's probably a bad example, but yeah, prove it to yourself. And I think it's worth investing it if you think you can, if you think it's worth it. Yeah, let's continue. Thank you for the question though. Avix. Let's see. Is there a video or something to master gliding mechanics? I will make a more in-depth video on this, but I'm gonna explain this to you guys because this is something that is very important, and I want you guys to understand this. But like I said, I'm gonna make a more in-depth video on this. So let's explain. Let's do it. Let's go over this. No more needs to wait. If you're here this far in the video and you got to this golden question, which I think is a very important thing to master, then I appreciate you. Appreciate you for real. Okay, so dropping and dropping mechanics is difficult, but you can do it. Now, you guys can do it, I believe. And there's levels to it, of course. Like, it's like anything, like your mechanics, like your IQ, like your aim. Like you can be good, you can be great, you can be the world's best. Like there's improvements that you can make constantly. Even myself, that's what I'm saying, that like I can get better. So let's make an imaginary example here. We've got a drop map for this marker right here, and we're landing at this building. I don't know. Okay, we're making an imaginary scenario. We're landing here, and you know the marker on the map says to go here. Okay, this is what matters, right? You're looking at the angle at the bus. Okay, you're not looking down here to hit the blue marker. Okay, you're not jumping now to hit the blue marker. You're not going to jump too late. You're going to kind of line it up, right? Think about the angle. The marker could be here, and then you would look lower, right? So angle here. Let's do a later thing here. Okay. Let's do here. So angle. Okay, angle matters. When you jump out, boom, line it up, jump out. The lineup matters, but it's more about like you'll get the hang of it the more you do it. It's not something that it's like, you know, wait for it to be below your feet and then you jump. It's just like do it multiple times and you'll get the hang of it. And then gliding, you'll notice I haven't looked down at the marker, but now I'm gonna slowly angle myself, nice and slow, until I'm boom right on the marker. And then I like to always look straight down when I do it, because when you hit the marker and your glider pulls in that same second, you can actually see if you hit the marker, and then you can know, okay, I'm gonna get out dropped or I have the best drop. Because if you can't tell, looking up and down does not change your glide speed. Like it doesn't change, but looking left and right is a no-no. Do never ever look left and right. And that's why you'll always hear me talk to my teammate and be like, okay, who has best drop, me or you? You know, most of the time he'll say me because I'm that guy. But that's why he'll scout. Like in an example, me and Scope are playing scrims, you know, we're dropping in, he has better drop, he'll look around, he'll turn left and right. I'll just focus on landing straight on this tree, straight on the marker, whatever. So that's the short form of me explaining it. Like I said, I want to make a full in-depth video because there's so many scenarios and like things I can talk about. But yeah, like it is important. I want to mention that. So for those that have never heard of dropping, or why, you know, why this matters, why you're losing off spawns and why you're getting out dropped, here you go. Like you have a quick explanation. And if you guys didn't understand it, let me know and we can go in more depth. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for the question though. Who was it? Who asked this question? Miguel. Thank you, dude. Let's see. A lot of people talking about earnings in the video. Yeah, okay, coaching. You guys, there is a way to pay for my coaching. I know that I said I don't offer, like, I'm not going to be selling a masterclass paid $25 to buy in, $10 course. You get out, like, we're not doing that. We're going to work through this together. But if you really are like, I need one-on-one coaching right now, personalized, just for me, private, I don't want anybody learning, I don't want anybody seeing, work with me, you can check the link in the description. It's Gamer Sensei. It's not, you do not have to do it. Obviously, I'm making these videos right now telling you this, and answering questions like I would while we're coaching. It's like, if you have these questions, if you're, you know, just Vortexy and you have a bunch of questions, then that's a great place to do it. Okay. Let's see. Wow, that's actually a lot more questions than I remembered on this video. That's crazy. A lot of people are critiquing my coaching style, which is understandable. I think that's just YouTube in general. I feel like people are always going to have an opinion. Okay. Well, this one, I don't think this one has any questions either. Okay, cool. What I'll do is I'll hop into the Ceice Thesis Discord. Again, join this Discord if you haven't already. It's going to be linked in the description, so definitely hop in here. But let's hop into it. So we've got a channel right here. I'm gonna work on making this better for you guys, so it's easier for you guys to ask these questions. But we'll answer some. I know this is a little outdated here. Drop map for Frenzy. I will probably not be offering drop maps in the Discord. Like maybe if I partner up with somebody and they want to do it for free as well. Again, this is meant to be all for free. I can help you learn how to make your own drop map. That's an important thing to learn. But yeah, like Prom said, just VOD review a pro that goes to your spot and uses the same marks. That's a great way to do it as well. Just VOD review the top players. Of course, the problem with that is right now players are always working on their own drop maps. So like, for example, if you guys VOD reviewed me, I might not have the world's best drop at that moment, but I'm working on improving it as I go. So you might be getting inaccurate markers and kind of wasting your time. I guess in that sense, the best situation you can do that I would, the best advice I could give for this would be, I don't think there's any more questions. Let me switch to this. The advice I can give for bothering somebody for their drops is, one, if it's really major, like if they actually smoked you, then it's probably a really good marker to hit permanently. And also, like, let's say, I don't know, Risky Reels is in the game and you don't think it's going to get removed next season because POIs can get destroyed at any time, so you could end up wasting your time. Then I would suggest looking at the very end, at the last tournament of the season, or like the last FNCS week, where like the top players are masters at their spot. They're getting, or go watch somebody get contested in a grand finals. Those guys are going to have the best drops for that spot. They are not playing around. I know obviously that's not right now, but that's something that you can do. That is a valuable thing to pick up on, and of course it goes away. Like the next season, all the replays will be deleted, so you won't actually be able to do it. So it is a little time oriented. But anyways, we're gonna end this video here. 25 minutes long, 26 minutes long. I don't want to ramble any longer. I answered a lot of your guys' questions. I tried to give you guys some in-game perspectives. We covered a lot, but please ask some questions in this video. I'd love to answer them. I will probably do another video like this again in the future. If not, if I don't do one on this channel, I'm going to be doing it in the Discord. So join the Ceice Discord if you haven't already. I'll probably do this as like a weekly thing or a nightly thing where I literally just hop in the Discord, ping you guys, say, hey, join up, ask your questions, show your footage. We're going to get that set up and going so I can do an hour live VOD review with you guys in the Discord and have hopefully hundreds of people in there, and they can all learn as we pick, 20 people from the crowd and have them come up and show their footage. So that's the goal. I'm trying to provide as much as I can for you guys. So thank you guys for all the support on this channel already. I know we're already at 1.5k subs. That's absolutely insane. Nuts. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, later.